Hopefully it'll start live. Okay, here we go. All right. Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to another Around 30 Minutes. This is where I take, people out of the community and get to know them a little better. And as always, I always have a special guest, and I have a wonderful guest with me today. I've known her for, golly, how long? About 5 years now, I think.
I think about that, five or
About that.
six ish.
So if y'all know Bobby Skullface, if you like to know him, this is his lovely wife and his daughter. And they decided to join me today, and I'm very honored to have y'all on. Thank you so much for taking time on your busy schedule to come on my little show.
Anytime.
Yeah, really? That's what I thought too. Okay. Awesome. But yeah, like I said, thank you so much. And I've done a live thing today already, so I'm giving a lot of people some content. So that's good.
Oh wow.
Um,
Sorry.
yeah. No. I'm appreciative of you coming on. I know we've been talking about doing this, for a long time and everything. So I'm just glad we got to and everything. So what I always ask everybody first is, what do you collect? So do you collect anything at all? I understand that. I totally understand that.
I wouldn't really consider myself a collector of anything at the moment. No.
So not purses, no shoes. I know that's kind of being a little sexist there by saying
No,
girl stuff, but
there's definitely a time that I had lots of purses and lots of shoes. I still have a lot of shoes, but
mhm.
I'm not a collector like I was probably like
Now if I asked Bobby the same question, would he say that you do collect something?
would you say I collect anything? Not so much. No, not so much now.
Not so much. Okay,
Memories.
that's
I'm
cool.
collecting memories these days. No,
Oh, well, that's good. That's good. Awesome. Very nice. So how is it married? How is it being married to a collector? Because he has a lot of stuff, a different he touches bases on a lot of stuff. So how is it to be married to a collector like that?
uh, how is it to be married to a collector like that? I mean, I don't know. It's all I've ever known. I've never been married to not a collector. So,
Okay. Well, I mean, did he collect when y'all first met? I mean, was he a collector of anything?
so we met back in high school.
Okay.
And no, I didn't know really that about him.
Okay.
Time. I feel like I remember. It's so funny because I feel like I remember like when he first like started taking me to cons, which probably was like after we got married, we got our own place.
Mhm.
Um, I remember like getting all bent out of shape about him spending like $500 at a con. I'm like, oh my God, like $500. And now it's like, he spends $500 like it's like pouring a glass of tap water. Um, so
Exactly.
it's funny how things evolve. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't really known anything else, but it's giving up a third or more of your house and
Yeah. Hmm.
maybe arguably a third or more of your husband's time. Uh,
That's true.
but I mean, the basement's beautiful. I
It is.
think that it's been evolving for the last 10 years, and it's really in the last 7 months or so started coming together. So it's really starting to feel good. I think there was well, I don't think there was a point where I didn't necessarily enjoy spending time down here because it just felt like there was so much stuff.
Mhm. Yeah.
We've really been kind of working through it and trying to distribute it and make sure it's like things that really need to be there, or not really need to be there, but things that he really wants to be there, and set
Right.
them up so that they can be appreciated. And it feels so much better down there now, I feel like, than it has ever,
Yeah.
really.
You would hate my room then because it's just a cluster of everything. So you'd be like, oh my God, look at all this
It's
stuff.
just
But
harder to see and like
yeah.
appreciate, right? So, and I don't think you necessarily notice it until you've taken some things out of it, and then you're like, "Oh, wow, like, I can really
Appreciate.
and now I can really see some things." Like, I don't look and see like, "Wow, there's thousands of figures," or whatever. I have no idea
Mhm.
how many of them there are. You
Yeah.
can actually start to appreciate things on a more individual level. That,
Right.
you can see things better. So
Yeah. So do you have any say on how he has set up his action figures around and everything, his collection? Do you have any say in that? Have you brought up any ideas to say, hey, this might look a little better than how you have it now. Do you have any say in that?
I think I had a lot of say in the podcast room, which is
Mhm.
where I am now, like where we were trying to sort of distribute like things, like it's not all this or all
Yeah.
that. Like it's kind of more of like a
Hodgepodge.
yeah, exactly, like a
Yeah.
hodgepodge of things. And I think that I had a say in that for sure, and I really enjoyed helping with that. And I had a say in thinning out the main, for lack of a better term, the main room. And I think that's made a difference too. So
Yeah. I think, I mean, when he came to you and said, he wanted to take out the 4K table, I think it was called, that big
I've
table.
been asking to take the 4K table out since it was built.
I think everybody asked him. I mean, every Skullfest is like, why don't you get rid of this thing? It's really taking up a lot of room. It looked nice, but it was just not. It didn't. I want to say kind of belong.
Oh, Matt,
there.
it didn't look nice.
Oh, okay. It didn't look nice either.
It wasn't well finished. It wasn't finished, and it was like a pile of shit. You just pile shit on it, and like it was like the most giant eyesore you could possibly have in a room, and so I think the day that we literally like took a hammer to it and broke it up, and I think it was like bittersweet. He had put a lot of effort and time into it, but at the same time, like the room has grown exponentially since then. Like it just feels like a place you want to be now.
Exactly.
Like even me, not as a collector, and not that I'm not a fan, but not a fan to like the extent that you guys are fans.
Right.
Like I want to be there. Like I want to sit and have my coffee or have my wine. I'm like, I would totally come down here and have my coffee. And we do like sit down and have wine. Like let's go down to the basement and sit and have it,
Okay.
So
nice. Very nice. Very nice. Watch the cussing too. Sorry, I forgot to tell you that before we started. I don't cuss. Sorry.
I don't.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It is fine. You're an adult. It is fine. T-Man asked a question: are you spoiled being married to a collector? I don't know. I don't know what that quite means.
Am I spoiled?
Yeah, being married to a collector, I guess. What do you mean by that, T-Man? I don't know. That's just a question. I'll ask see what he actually means and everything. So, so we'll move on to another question. So, how is it being Mrs. Skullface? Like, do you when you go to like cons or anything, does anybody ever call you? Well, do they call you Ballora at all, or do they call you Miss Skullface at all?
Only. I think only you and Robert call me Ballora.
Okay. I don't know why we do that. It's the Belisa thing,
Maybe every once in a while, somebody random, but.
So how is it being married to, or how is it being Mrs. Skullface?
It's fine. It is kind of surreal, I guess, to go to a con or whatever and like have some people know him or run into people in the elevator or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, you're with Bobby Skullface," and I'm like, "Yeah," like, known him for like a million years. So it's
not a big thing to you. It's really like
it's kind of weird to think people think of something other than just a normal person, because that's how I know him, is a normal person. So
yeah, and that's what my wife. We went to TFCon last year. And my wife was like, she, was not set back a little, but she was just like, it's really cool that these people that you don't know come up to you and they know who you are, and appreciate what you do and everything. I'm sure that's the same way Bobby feels too, and everything, and all that stuff. So it's pretty cool. It's awesome. All right, cool. Let me see. Nobody asked a question. Okay, moving on. So you are on a show with your husband and Robert D. and Jisk called Four Dummies. How did you get into that?
How
did you get into that? And did you ask to be on there, or did they ask you to be on there?
I absolutely didn't ask to be on it, but we left.
He's like, yeah, I'm good.
We were leaving Chicago whenever the last show was. So what was that? October,
yeah, last year of October.
And we were driving home, and we were kind of talking about it in this giant Yukon that we had rented. And I was like, yeah, we should totally do a show, you and Robert and Jisk. And next thing you know, like we literally called them on the road, and the rest is history. So I don't really know, honestly. I don't remember how
you got into it. Like, did Robert say, "Hey, why don't you join us?" Or?
Yeah, I don't remember how I got involved in it. I'm not sure. but I am, and I'm apparently a worthless
Oh,
contributor. So
no.
I know I get it. Like, I mean, I kind of am a little bit. Like, I think I have some stuff to contribute to some things, but a lot of things I don't know. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
like in the scene, like a lot of other people are.
How do you like doing it? I mean, you enjoy doing it?
I do have a good time. Yes.
Okay.
It's
Yeah, I imagine with Robert D, you have to have a good time with Robert D. I mean, come on now. It's like a man child. He's a huge man child. But anyway, so that's cool. So what do you think of his collection overall? Like, what is your let's say one of your favorite pieces, and just overall, what do you think of his collection?
So I think his collection's impressive. Even just sitting here looking at it, like when I tell people about it, I don't call it a man cave or whatever. Like I'm like, it's kind of more like a museum, really,
Okay.
I have to be honest, like I don't really know where to look. I don't know if I'm supposed to look at myself or
It don't matter. Just
like I don't know where to
you're
look.
looking down, so I guess you're the
Like
computers
looking
at
up
me.
at the ceiling because I don't know where to look. Um, so yeah, I mean, I think it's impressive. I think again in like the last 6 or 7 months, like I think the last however many million years he's been collecting has been one thing, but I think in the last 7 months, the focus, I mean, he's still collecting, but he has a lot of stuff already. So I think in the last 7 months, the focus more has been on the display.
Right.
Um, and I think that's really helped bring an appreciation for the collection in general. Again, it's like easier as an outsider to see what's there
Hmm.
when you can see it. Like instead of seeing 30 Transformers on one shelf, you see like 5 or 6. Like you can really say, wow, like look at that metallic paint. You know what? I'm
Exactly. Yeah.
saying that as a joke because I know people are emotional about the metallic paint, but I really like the metallic paint. So I'm saying, look at that metallic paint. Um, so yeah, I mean it's impressive. But
Hmm.
still to this day, my favorite are some of the things that he's had for a long time. So I love the statues.
Hmm.
Um, and he hasn't gotten any of these like $1,000+ $1,000 to $2,500 statues. But I would imagine that once I see those, like I'm sure I like the statues. I really do. Like
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that like if the computer can see or not, but like
I actually, yeah,
can you see like the Magdalena statue? That's like
yeah.
one of my favorite. Yeah, at the very top there.
Hmm.
There you go. Um, I do. I love the statues. I know people love to be able to pose things, but I do. I love the statues. I think he really enjoys posing things, which is probably why he likes the Hot Toys because I think they're kind of statuesque, but yet you can still choose their pose. But
Right.
I love the statues. So actually, I'm really excited to maybe eventually see him get like I think he wants that sound wave.
Hmm. Yeah.
I can't remember the sound wave and the Grimlock are both uh
I know which ones you're talking about. The Grimlock with the Sharkticons and everything, and Wheelie
yeah,
and
I
everything.
can't remember. And then there's a Gambit statue also. So I'm anxious to
Oh,
see
okay.
those to see like what they look like. But I've always, even back when I remember going to Baltimore Comic Con like 15 years ago, I loved the statues. I just think they're beautiful.
There's so much detail. I just got one of my one of my Starscream statues. He's just a beautiful. You just walk in, and you look at it, it's like it's a centerpiece, and everything. So it's
Yeah,
beautiful.
actually, you got the Starscream of the same company, right?
Yeah, Imaginary Marts. Yeah.
Yes, that's what it is.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's
So
not the $1,000 ones. But it's $400. But it's a beautiful statue.
beautiful, right?
Yeah. Cool. Very nice. So, and you're talking about going to Comic Con. So, which one do you like going? Do you like to go into the Baltimore Comic Cons, or do you like going to the TF Cons?
So I don't think that's a fair question because I've been to the Baltimore Comic Cons as a patron as a
Yeah.
like, attend what shh quiet I mean as an attendee, whereas I haven't been to a TF Con like that. I've always been
Oh,
working,
okay. Okay, gotcha.
so I can't really speak to that. Like I love
Yeah.
Baltimore Comic Con because I've been going to that for as
Right.
long as I can remember, really. Well,
Yeah.
that's, I mean, but a long time.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Been going before all this YouTube and podcast stuff. So I think that will always have like a special place in my heart. And we've always had to work at any of the newer cons that we've gone to. So,
It's not a fair question. I understand. I totally understand.
I haven't really gotten to enjoy TFCon as an attendee and just enjoy the show.
It's fun times.
We just have to kind of working, which is fun too, like on a different level, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not the same as just going to enjoy the show, you know.
Oh, totally understand. Totally understand. Okay. So do you think that your kids will ever collect like your husband does?
Well, it's funny because like this week.
Oh God, they already started.
Well, no, they kind of already have.
Okay.
But I told him, he was like trying to decide to sit down Saturday for this week, and I was like, you should totally interview the kids. Like, what is it like to be interview? And so actually, I wrote him and Phil and Baltimore Brandon and Dante, and I don't know who else went, but they went to see Spider-Man on Tuesday night. Mm-hmm. And then after work, I wrote up like 20 questions, and I was like, these you need to ask Jaina and Selena these questions and ask them separate. So we actually decided we're going to do that on more of a podcast than actually first sit down Saturday.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I think we'll just kind of wait to hear what they have to say about it. Because I think that again, they don't know any different, right?
They've grown up with the collection, already.
One of my questions, like, do any of your other friends' dads have like collections or like whatever? So I'm anxious. I'll be anxious as well to hear kind of the responses to that. But
that'd be interesting.
They're big into Pokemon right now. So they are collecting the stuff. They love stuffies. All stuffies.
Oh, really?
We have sitting Pokemon, and we have standing Pokemon, and we have sleeping Pokemon, and so we have all of those that we're working on. That's probably the biggest collections right now. They have lots of other collections, but those are probably the chief.
Yeah, Pokemon's a big and everything.
Yeah, that's pretty big. Pretty big for them right now.
Cool. Danana. Oh no, I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. He wants to know, will we ever see Bobby Skullface's face?
Have I?
No, will we? Will the he doesn't do it on the reviews.
No, I never have. I just married him with the mask on.
That would be awesome. I don't know what he looks like. Just a mask.
Yeah, no. I don't know. We've had that discussion. I don't remember if it was last year or 2 years ago about like just getting rid of the mask. But there's some complicating factors to that. So
yeah, well, he's talked about that with us too. On Sharecast, that if we've asked him before, if he's ever going to do that and everything. So, well, let me ask you about the mask. Everything. Who came up with the concept of doing who came up with the idea of doing the mask?
I don't remember, Matt.
It's been a while. It's been a long time. I'm sorry. I'm asking you old questions.
I feel like it was from a really long time ago, like maybe like GMC days, maybe
really?
Like something from there, like because him and Greg and Justin I was like back then, right?
Well, was he doing reviews when he was on GMC?
Oh, so I don't have a great sense of time, but we were just talking about this, and he said like his channel, his like Skullface channel, kicked off about the same time that SCU kicked off.
Okay.
So, hey, were you Bobby Skullface on that other show? Yeah. Okay. So
I knew he was, but I don't know if he did reviews on that channel.
No, and your reviews didn't start until January, the same year that SCU started. And SCU started in what month? January. Oh, so they both started the same. So like he kicked off his channel and SCU about the same time. But he was Bobby Skullface on the other podcast.
Correct. Right, yeah. I knew he did that, but I didn't know if he started doing reviews at that time. I know he started on SCU. I just didn't quite. Yeah, that's been a while, so I totally understand.
He did like a timeline.
Yeah, that's cool. But thank you for the question. I'm sure eventually you may see it. Who knows? But anyways, he has a reason, and that's his business. So let me ask you some questions about you. So, like I always say, I don't want anything bad to happen to you or anything, but if you could have one last meal, what would that meal be?
Probably pizza.
Really? I thought maybe you say your crab dip or something.
No, like I make my crab dip for other people. I love crab dip. It would be pizza probably as like a meal, but I also just love like good cheese and wine. Like the stinkier the cheese and
You do love some cheese.
the drier the wine. Like
Yeah.
so, I don't know. It would be tough toss up, but yeah,
Pizza.
be
Okay.
between pizza and like stinky cheese. Yeah.
Okay. Who doesn't love some stinky cheese? But you do love some cheese. I know you have some cheese every time at Skullfest. So are you a cereal? Do you like cereal? And what's your favorite type of cereal?
I love cereal. I don't really eat cereal. My favorite cereal. Oof. So I love Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And
That's a popular one.
I like Frosted Flakes. I
Okay.
like Honey Nut Cheerios. I like Cinnamon Chex.
A lot of cinnamon.
I don't eat cereal very often.
Fine. That's fine. Okay, cool. Very cool. The cinnamon toast crunch is always a favorite for a lot of people. I've
Cinnamon
eaten
Toast
and
Crunch is
everything.
delicious. That's what my 6-year-old, yeah, she loves.
Yeah, they're good. They're good.
And I just eat what she leaves on the counter. And then
Nice. You gotta
I
recycle.
can eat my own bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I just like made sure it didn't go to waste.
Yeah, you gotta keep that. You can't waste food and everything. Um, so what's one of your favorite movies? Like if you're flipping to the TV or whatever, what's a movie that you could watch at the beginning, the middle, the end, something that stuck with you, just one of your favorite types of movies.
Okay, well, obviously, like I have tattooed on my back True Romance, so that
Mhm.
is arguably my favorite movie ever. But other movies that like I could watch a million times would be stupid ones. Like what's not stupid? Anything? No, Anything Goes is the musical. What is it? What's the Jack Nicholson movie with the dog and the gay guy? Why can't I tell you what?
Oh, man, I can't think of it. I was gonna say analyze this, but that was with Adam Sandler.
Yeah, and then Something's Gotta Give. Like, is it Something's Gotta Give? That's the other one that's Jack Nicholson. I love Jack Nicholson. So those two movies I can watch anytime. I also love Hey Bobby, what's the Jack Nicholson movies that I love? Something's Gotta Give is the one with the Hamptons, right? But what's the As Good as It Gets? And then
Okay.
what's the Polly one? It's not Polly Pocket. What is it? It's like it's got a ferret in it.
Oh, with Ben Stinn,
And what?
with Jennifer Aniston.
Vince Vaughn, Ben Stiller.
Yeah, it's got Jennifer Aniston in it.
I fucking love to laugh. So yeah, that movie, whatever it may be.
Along Came Polly.
Along Came Polly. I
There
could
you
watch that. Sex in the City, the original. I could watch that. Footloose, Dirty Dancing,
go. I love some Footloose.
The Goonies.
Oh yeah.
I love movies, so I could like
Oh,
go
yeah.
on and on. But those are probably some of the movies that I've watched hundreds of times.
Oh yeah.
Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Oh my god,
Yeah, exactly.
it's an awful movie, but it's a great movie at the same time.
Yeah.
Love it.
They're all Goonies is an awful movie too. Well, not really. Goonies
This is great.
it's a great movie, but it's got some weird moments. But it's a great movie. It's one of those movies like I hope they never touch, like Back to the Future. I hope they don't ever try to remake any of those movies. They're just they're good as they are.
Can't remake it. No.
Yeah, but they will. They will try. So, do you like to go to concerts? And do you remember what your first concert you ever went to?
So my first concert was definitely Debbie Gibson.
Nice. I remember some Debbie Gibson.
Great. I love Debbie Gibson. Yeah, that was my first concert. I had the Debbie Gibson Electric Youth perfume. Do you remember? Well, you probably don't remember.
No, I do not, but I'm sure there was a lot of stuff out there like that.
Long like a pen, and it had this like pink coil in the middle. It smelled really good.
It did.
5th grade. But yeah, I love to go to concerts, and we love music. But the last concert we went to, I don't remember if that was probably Manson. Was Manson the last concert? or Florence. Florence might have been the last concert. We love concerts. We don't get to go to them like we used to. But yeah, I love to see music live.
Oh yeah, very nice. Okay,
I
cool.
love like smaller venues. Like we saw Pucifer at this university, and it was like a smaller venue, and like it felt so personal and private.
Yeah.
So I'm not like, I don't know, but there's also like an energy about seeing, like we saw Florence in Merriweather, which is right where we grew up.
Yeah.
It's like a big concert venue.
Mhm.
And there's also something about the energy of like a lot of people together, right?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's something that I want to get back to. Yeah.
It's a different experience, with the festival, you get a different experience, and then when you go to a small town venue or a bar or a club or whatever, it's just a different experience.
But I love music. I think that, like, it sounds weird, but we've had our third child, which is hopefully our last child.
No boys?
I think anymore we might both be locked up in some sort of insane. But hopefully, like, she's like, potty training is going to happen this summer. We're really
yes
good on that. And then, like, maybe you get like a taste of your adult life back, like, which I feel like we haven't had in a while. So,
yeah.
Hopefully we can get back to seeing some concerts.
That's good. I hope I get to also, man. It's you got to live. You only have one life, so you got to live in it. And I'm not saying take away from what from children and everything, and they're the most important things, but you also got to have some me time, I guess is what you call it, something like that. Maybe they'll like to go concerts. Who knows?
Yeah, they would, but not the concerts.
No, they might want to see Sharky Doo, or what's that called, Sharky Doo Doo or something. I don't know.
Oh, or Angel of Darkness or some crazy.
Exactly. So, so what do you think about Transformers? And do you have a favorite character from Transformers?
Well, it's funny you asked that. So I do now. I don't know that I always did, but we were rewatching. Were we rewatching the G1 movie or the episodes with my kids, which we took a break from because we've been like finishing up Clone Wars and Rebels, and my gosh, it's been like Star Wars like overload.
Oh yeah.
But I saw this episode about Jetfire, and oh my god. So like I do, like, now Jetfire he's mine. Jetfire is my, like, I can legitimately say Jetfire is my favorite Transformer character. But I couldn't always say that. Like, it's probably only been about a year or so.
It's a shame he was only in one episode too. That's what
Poppy said too. But I think like he ends up in more than one, right? Or was he in the movie and then one episode? Or
no, he never made to the movie. No.
Then was
it? Well, he. Oh my god. So I'll take that back. He was in the Bayverse, but that's not the Jetfire you're talking about.
No. Okay. But I feel like, well, anyway, it was great.
Yeah, he was friends with Starscream, or they used to be friends with Starscream. He used to be a Decepticon and everything. So, and he turned to the Autobots because he didn't like what the Decepticons were doing and everything. And I just got done reviewing the Jetfire from Siege line and everything. It's a really good figure and everything. So I take it do you like would that be your favorite Fans Toys Transformer, would be the Phoenix, or do you like the Cyclonus the best? Or I think you liked the 6-shot, didn't you? I think you really liked the 6-shot.
6-shot, and I like the Hydra.
Yeah, well, that's the same one. Hydra is the 6-shot.
It's the 6-shot.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Then yes.
The purple one is Cyclonus. I think it's Quietus. Quietus is his
favorite. Yes, I like Quietus as well.
But you like shiny little metallic paint.
I love metallic paint.
It looks good.
I love purple and aqua, so you can't really like go wrong.
Oh yeah. Well, that's all, man. Nobody's ever said that Jetfire was their favorite Transformer.
I'm glad to give you a different answer.
Oh, that's why I love doing this, because I get different answers from everybody, and that's what makes me enjoy doing this, to get to know people and everything. Even though I do know you, but I never asked you these questions.
I would say we never really got to chat too much one-on-one, like, despite I lost you.
Oh, are you on? Did you lose me? Oh man. Are you froze? Oh, you froze. Oh man. She lost. Ah, she lost us. All right, yeah, that's me because I still can see myself. Sorry about that. They was having issues with their internet. I'm so sorry about this. Hopefully, she'll come back on, and I still got a couple questions on there, and everything. So I just want to wish everybody a happy 4th of July. I hope y'all can hear me and everything. If you live in the States, if you don't live in the States, I hope you're having a good day, anyways. Oh, Donnie, he was in 2 episodes. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I apologize. I thought he was only on 1. Huh. Okay. I could be wrong. I usually am. Sorry about that. But yeah. Hey, Inu Tabi. Inu. I just call you Inu. How about that? Happy 4th to you, man. And yeah, Donnie, I think he might have been in 2 episodes. I apologize for that. I thought he was only in 1. Hmm. Oh well. Anyways, how y'all doing? Hopefully we can get her back. I was really enjoying that. That was a good time. Autocorrect primer, how are you doing? Anybody got any questions I can maybe answer? Hopefully she'll come back in. My son is 6. I'm still waiting for the me time. That's true, collector. I don't have any kids, but I have dogs. So it's not exactly the same, but whatever. I'm hoping I get her back so we can finish. I got a couple questions. Yeah. So. Hey, Fifi. There's my dogs. I got to get some grub later. Y'all have a good day. Well, thank you, Ninja Bill. I appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much. Happy 4th. And hope you get something good to eat and everything. Sorry about this. There she is.
I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on with their internet, but I just put it on my hotspot of my phone. So hopefully.
I got a couple questions left, and we'll wrap it up and everything. But yeah, I've had problems with mine before too. My stuff would just totally freeze, and I'd lose the whole connection. So
yeah,
totally
we're in the basement too. So
oh yeah, totally understand. So I think I asked you about Jetfire. Okay, so are you a Marvel or DC?
DC.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
As far now, I know you don't like. Do you think the movies are better for DC than Marvel?
Well, so obviously there's more Marvel movies, right?
Yeah, that is true.
But like the Batman series and Wonder Woman and the what's the Superman one that's not BVS?
Just Superman. I mean, I think it was just called Superman, wasn't it? With
what's Superman movie called? What's the Superman movie called? Man of Steel.
Man of Steel. Oh yeah, duh.
So,
come on.
Yeah, I mean, I think they I think DC's had a couple of rocky ones, but like I don't know. I love DC.
I like the last 2. Aquaman was really good, I thought, and so was Captain Marvel. Not Captain Marvel. Well, Wonder Woman was good. I'm really excited for the second one, which is come out next year. I'm talking about what was his name? I totally blanked out. The last one that was out, Shazam.
I don't know. I don't think I saw Shazam. I haven't seen Shazam or Aquaman.
Aquaman's really good. I think you would like that. And Jetfire was in 2 episodes. I apologize. I said he was in 1. He was actually.
Yeah, I told you. I think in the second one. But
I forgot. I'm sorry.
But it was the one episode that made me say that is my favorite character, right? It wasn't that long ago. How long ago was that? Less than a year ago. Yeah, we were watching the episodes. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I forgot. Well, the one he was in I think the fire or whatever. It was a 2-part episode, so that's why I got mixed up. I thought he was in 1, but that's cool. But I think you should watch Aquaman. I think you really like it. My wife liked it for some reason because it was whatever that guy's name is. So who comes up, as far as merchandise for Skull Enterprise, Skullface Enterprise? Who comes up with the ideas for merchandise? Is it him or you?
I think.
Oh no, he's got the mask on.
I know, like he snuck in, like he couldn't stand it. He couldn't stand it, like he's sneaking away.
He's taking your thunder away.
I mean, I think I do mostly, probably. I think I do mostly outside of the obviously like the main prints and stuff. Like he
Mhm.
creates the art, and then I'm like, ooh, let's stick it on this. Let's stick it on that. Um, so yeah, I don't think he would argue with that. Yeah.
So do you like? Are you always thinking about new ideas, or like you're always trying to work up? Like we could do it this way. We have better material with this or something. Are you always behind the scenes doing a lot of stuff?
Well, so yeah, I would say up until this year I have been, but I haven't yet. So hopefully we
Hmm.
have stuff for TFCon. No, I think like um, I haven't really planned for TFCon yet this year. I think we actually just started like last weekend or so. I said like a couple things that I was thinking about.
Hmm.
Um, but I'd like to shop in general. So
Yeah.
I can spend a lot of money throughout the year
Mhm.
buying merchandise. And um, so I'm trying to do that different this year. I'm trying to just buy merchandise kind of more right up when we're getting ready to go and sell that merchandise and be done with it. Because we're not sure how many more TF cons we're going to be doing. So we're going to do this one and we're going to do it big. Um, and then we'll see. Yeah.
So are you now? Are you going to stop like selling at TFCon and stop going? Or are you just I mean, are you still going to go to TFCon, or y'all just stop
I
selling at TFCon?
don't know. It's just been like a loose conversation. But it's a lot of work.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of work on both ends, I think. And so I think we've both reached a point where we're trying to figure out how we best want to spend our time,
Oh, okay.
and so we're trying to figure out if that's still something that we want to do or not. So
Okay.
we will be there at Reston this year in October, and we will be there 150% as usual. But I don't know how much we'll be there after that.
Okay. I'll be there too. My wife will be there. And yes, I know I miss Skullfest, Bobby. I know.
Yay.
I know. But I'm gonna bring Belisa and everything. So,
Would love to see her.
oh yeah.
And you, of course.
Yeah. Oh, whatever. Um,
We missed you at Skullfest this year, Matt.
I know, and Bobby gave me a little bit because I went to NJCC. I didn't know that Skull or TFCon was going to be announced and rested. So I was wanting to see everybody. I should have chose Skullfest. I know.
No, I mean,
Into
you should choose what you feel like you should choose.
I see you, Bobby. I see you. So what is one of your faces? What is one of your favorite places to go to, and why is that one of your favorite places?
Like, just
Like a vacation, or to just relax, or anything like that.
so my favorite place to relax is probably the beach. My favorite beach I've ever been to is Edisto. It's like this teeny little island off South Carolina. Where you can like get this little tiny beach house that literally sits on the beach, like no dunes between you and the beach. Like they probably won't be there much longer, but at the present moment, that's probably my favorite place on earth.
Nice. Very. You and my wife would get along because we're going to down in Alabama. We're going to the Gulf Shores of Alabama in August.
Heard you guys, well, not you're in Arkansas, but I've heard from Kelly and Chris that like the white sand beaches,
Mhm.
like supposed to be pretty amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going down there. She's really excited. She loves the beach just like you do. And every time we go on vacation, she's like, "Is there a beach around there?" I'm like, "I'm sure there is. I don't know." But that's what she likes doing. Noble Young said, "Make Bobby go do some housework." Yeah,
What?
somebody said, "Make Bobby go do some housework." Whatever.
Make Bobby go do.
Yeah, he can do everyone. So I got one more question. Does anybody? I want to ask everybody in the chat. Thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate that. If anybody got any questions for Miss Skullface, Miss Ballora, if y'all want to ask her any questions, feel free to ask. Don't get too stupid, but I don't think you will. But my final question is, what I usually ask is, where do you see Skullface Enterprise in 5 years?
So,
I don't know why I call it Skullface Enterprise. Only thing I could think of. So where do you see Skullface's, memorabilia, all that stuff? Where do you see that stuff in 5 years?
um, hmm. So honestly, I hope for his sake, it's evolved into probably still some sort of channel and or podcast where he can like discuss the things that he wants to discuss, but doesn't feel so hung up about having to do certain things. Like, I think it's like a great, what's the word? I mean, I think you guys have built like an amazing community. And I hope that like he's still a huge part of that. But I also hope that maybe at that point, maybe it's not such a obligation or responsibility. Maybe like I think to this day, like it's still like, well, I got to get X, Y, and Z done, and I got to get this done, got to get that done, and like I hope he gets to the point where, it's more just about
on his time,
which is part of the thing about TFCon. Like, right, at this point, we're like, okay, well, I think we've both reached a point in our life where we're ready to like just fucking do the things we want to do. You know what I mean? As opposed to doing all the shit we feel obligated to do. So I hope in 5 years he's doing what he wants to do and not what he feels obligated to do.
Right. Bobby looked at you when you started cussing. I told you that.
Oh, you told me that.
It's well, Bobby was like twice. You're like, what? It's fine. They're adults in here. No kids watching me anyways. It's fine. So I don't have any questions. Does Bobby want to get on? Do you want to talk? I already had him on with Robert. I know I really didn't have a one-on-one with him, and I wanted this to be about you mainly. I didn't want it to be about Bobby.
Yeah, I tried to not have it about Bobby too, but he just slipped.
I'll get on, but only to give you time to acquire the questions from your audience for her.
Okay. Well, nobody's asked a question. Okay, I got one. Not a ring. If you had to watch one Star Wars movie on loop, which one would you watch?
I know the answer to this.
That's a good question.
Probably Rogue One. Yeah.
Really? Okay. I would say Empire for me, probably.
Yeah. So would Bobby. I would not say Rogue One. I would say Rogue One. I would not say Empire.
He's gonna say Phantom of the Menace or something like that. At least he didn't say that one. Whatever.
Now this is podcasting.
Well, thank you. Oh, so it had to be a Star Wars question to come in to be a podcasting. Whatever, Bobby. Always had to be about Bobby. Tell everything. Has anybody else got any other questions? I mean, I still want to get this, still going and everything. Maybe I should have reached out to everybody and say Bobby's going to be on, so everybody would have watched.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have it. Because you just sprung it up on me. You was like, hey, you got time to do this? I'm like, what?
So I had a couple of times we just filmed a Patreon episode for so it's our anniversary today, like July
anniversary.
July 4th is our anniversary.
How long have you been? I was going to ask you how long you been married.
Well, no, it's not our marriage anniversary. It's like the one that actually counts because like we were seeing a long time before we were married. So
Gotcha.
96 and it's 2000.
Wow. That's dedication right there.
23 years. So, and we're 38. So,
wow.
Yeah, a lot of years.
that's dedication right there.
We were doing like kind of an anniversary music episode, and I was, I don't love talking in front of people, but I already had some to drink. So I was like, I should totally hit up Matt because I feel guilty not hitting him up. And I didn't know I was going to have to be. So you're lucky I had 2 glasses of wine or more, because I would have said, nope, not be on screen. This will be just an audio show.
Yeah, my fault. I thought I told you that. I'm sorry. Bobby should have told you that at least.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I'm
trying to get Justin's wife on too. I'd like to get her on, and Mike Kincaid. I know Bobby knows him. His girlfriend. I'm trying to get him. She's kind of like you too. She's kind of like hesitant. She don't want to get on. She wants to, I guess, be nice to me, but she don't really want to get on and do it.
Yeah,
she's tough, shy person. She's like, I'm gonna throw you a bone, maybe. She's like, she gave me that I might do it kind of thing. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I would never get her on. So it's fine. So let's see. Don Hulk asks, which toy in Bobby's collection do you hate the most?
Do I hate the most?
Yeah.
I don't know that I have one I hate. Oh, I do. Actually, let me see if I can make you see it.
I'll bring it over.
You bring it over. It's this fucking creepy ass Spider-Man. I mean, not Spider-Man, Superman. That weird looking Spider-Man. You passed him. Note down. Yep, that one.
Is it a statue? Looks like a statue.
I think it's a Play Arts Kai.
Oh, okay.
And I'm trying to move the laptop over. And I just think it looks like shit. It looks evil and it's not like Superman. And I'm not a huge Superman fan, but like I fucking hate that one.
Which Superman is it going for? I guess I don't know. It just looks.
What did you say?
I said, which Superman is it going for? It don't look like it looks like Superman. It looks too skinny. His head
looks like it looks horrible.
Looks anorexic.
So that's it. I'm glad that like it happened to be sitting right there because it reminded me that that's it. Otherwise, I would have been like, I don't know. I don't really have a least favorite, but that is it. I don't like that piece at all.
Nice.
That's nice.
Yeah. So, I don't know how. I've seen this guy all the time and everything. Thank you so much. I don't know how. Azira. Sorry if I messed up your name. What do you put up most from Bobby? What do you put up with the most from Bobby? Like, I guess what's one of his pet peeves that you just don't like, I guess, or something?
So I guess if you didn't just listen to the 4 Dummies episode that you were talking about, him being on his phone. That's my biggest pet peeve.
Okay. Is this all the time, or is this just like at the table?
He's talking just all the time. He's talking to somebody all the time. And
he's making stuff happen. He's making business happen.
Other people and not listening to me.
Okay. So he's doing it while he's talking. Oh, okay, yeah, that's rude, Bob.
Not while he's talking to me. While I'm talking to him.
Well, that's still rude. Come on now. Let's see. Winston asked, Input asked, what kind of wine do you like? What's your favorite wine?
I'm a cab drinker.
Oh yeah, everybody knows that. Let's see. Favorite DC superhero and villain. Nice.
So favorite superhero would be Batman.
Okay.
Favorite villain, probably be Catwoman.
Okay.
I like a lot of I love DC.
Gotcha. I thought most people thought you might have said like Harley Quinn, probably or Joker.
Yeah. Nope.
Let's see.
That might be what Bobby would say would be Joker, but
Vader.
Not for DC.
DC.
Hero and villain.
Yeah, but I thought he said DC hero and villain.
Yeah, it's favorite DC superhero and villain.
Yeah, Batman.
So, let me ask Bobby that. Why is Vader your favorite villain?
Because there's something about falling victim to your passion and then having redemption. Like there's something about something that I think is primal about it is like you love somebody and you love somebody so much that you're willing to become a monster, and then you're also willing to kind of come out of that for someone else you love or feel like you love. So yeah, I resonate with that. But this isn't about me, Matthew.
I don't know. I'm just asking. And plus, I thought it might be because he doesn't like sand, and you may not like sand either. So
I don't like sand.
You don't.
Everywhere.
I love sand.
Yeah, I don't mind it if it's clean.
When you come over from a week at the beach, your skin's super soft, well exfoliated. It's great.
Yeah, we're looking. Lisa's looking forward to going down to the beach. She's that's what she lives for, is to go to the beach. Let's see. I don't think we have any other questions. I'm sorry. Nobody watched me. Like I said, if I would promote it, that Bubby's going to be on. Whatever. Well, let me see if I have any other questions. Hold on a second.
Just use this as your thumbnail, Matt.
Hopefully, if I can find it, I'll try to find it. Once again, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming on. I had a great time. If you want to shout out where you can be found, I don't know if you can make it found.
Yeah, I can be found.
Okay.
TFCon.
Yeah, TFCon.
Yeah.
No. So I am on 4 Dummies, which is on Bobby's channel. I don't know, like maybe twice a month ish. And also the Bobby Boogie Bop, which is on the Nerd Rage Radio Patreon. We have a great time discussing music of various sorts. And yeah. So.
Well, somebody asked a question, and it's in Japanese, so I don't know what your name is. I'm sorry. I appreciate you coming in. He or she wants to know, what is your hobbies? Do you have any hobbies? I should ask that.
Tree
No.
building.
Yeah, no. So no, honestly, like the third child's sort of thrown my hobby life for a loop. But what I'd like to get back to, I am a yoga teacher, and I'd love to get back to my daily practice. And I'm big into, all those weird things like nutrition and oils and yoga.
Oh, okay.
Kombucha, yeah, all that fun stuff. So I
Gotcha.
love all of that stuff. But right now I think Bobby would probably agree. Like after the third child, it's sort of just like about trying to keep your head above the water, and that's sort of what we've been doing for the last almost 3 years now. But I think, would you agree that we're like starting to reach a point where maybe there's life beyond that again?
Yeah.
So that's pretty exciting.
Nice, very nice. What are y'all playing? Y'all have anything planned tonight? Y'all shooting fireworks or anything? Can y'all shoot fireworks over there?
Shh. Oh, shh. It's July 4th. We're going to cook out. Joe just moved down the road, so he might stop by. Actually, our kids are at his house right now checking out his cats.
Okay.
So I think we're going to cook out tonight. Yeah, that'll be it.
Okay, very nice. JH said, "Hey, this is Joe Hunley. It was nice meeting y'all at the Star Wars celebration."
Dude, Joe H is the man.
Yeah, he's a good dude. I've seen him in here quite a few times. He's a really good dude. So, I guess I'll end it there. Thank you once again for taking time out of your busy schedule. I really appreciate that. I loved, doing this, and I like to have Bobby back on anytime he is welcome. You're welcome on anytime again.
Anytime.
Yeah.
You're big. You're big time.
Oh, whatever. I'm not your time. I'm not Bobby time. But no, if you ever get any more drinks than you, if you want to, feel like you want to talk to somebody, I would be happy to have you on again. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a good night. Happy 4th.
No, you too. And I want to thank everybody else for coming in. Hit that like button. Really helps the channel out. All that good stuff. And I guess I'll see you on the next Around 30. And as always,
click the bell for notifications.
Exactly.
Click the
Be
beard.
good to yourself. Hell Hasbro. And good night, folks.
Beard. Click the beard for notifications.
Everybody go subscribe to Bobby too if you haven't already. Everybody watches me always subscribe to Bobby anyway. So